All right, we are live. Hey, everybody. This is Dennis Stoica with Modern Era Warriors. Welcome back for another amazing podcast. Today, I have Elizabeth on and Andrew on. I'm going to let them in a moment here introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about them. But I'm going to start off here where I first met both of them, and that was here in the United States. My second yoga program that I've taken to get certification. So we met out in California. You'll have to maybe remind me how many years ago that was, maybe 4 or 5 at least. I'm kind of thinking
At
probably
least
about 5
five.
years
Yeah.
ago. And so it's amazing how someone might jump on the bus with you for a while or the train with you for a while, like in life. And you spend, whether it's, a 3-day course with somebody, 2 weeks with somebody, intense yoga program, could be 6 or 12 months, 2 years, right? At work, etc. Actually on a train, I take the train into DC for years, right? But after our program, I've followed both of you because of social media. And one of the most things that is important to me and my business at Modern Warriors and all my clients is to bring on people of like-minded interests, people that are into the martial arts, into coaching, into self-defense, into fitness, into nutrition, into yoga, into self-care, all these great things. And these are two people that are constantly pushing it and just continuing to thrive with each other in life too, like challenging each other, right? Having fun with each other. And I can't wait to have this conversation today to share with everyone that's out there too on the great things that are going on, like not just here in the United States, right? But hey, both of you are in Australia, and thank you so much for being on. It's about 8:00 in the morning there on Sunday. I'm also doing my podcast a little bit later than I normally do. So hey, whoever wants to go first, please have at it. We are live, by the way, on Facebook and YouTube too. It is working. Good to go.
No worries. Thanks, Dennis, for having us on. It's really cool to catch up again. So my name is Andrew. Most folks call me Drew. I'm an exercise physiologist and a Chinese medicine professional, acupuncturist, and have been practicing Qigong and Tai Chi for well over 20 years now. I first got into Tai Chi and Qigong when I had chronic fatigue syndrome. Went through the Western medical paradigm back then 20 years ago, and basically the doctors had no idea what's going on. I'd read in a book at some point that Tai Chi was good for your energy. So having chronic fatigue syndrome, having no energy, I just kind of like dragged myself off the couch one day after, spending 8 hours on the couch, went to a class, and I was just very lucky that the teacher was a Chinese medicine doctor, Buddhist monk. He was like the real deal. And I wound up spending like 8 years training with this guy as what's called an internal student. And during that period, I went and did 2 degrees and have just basically kept going, kept learning, trying to understand the human body. And my area, I suppose, is more in rehabilitation, helping people recover from illness, injury, and accident. So then I can hand them over to Liz and she can train them.
And real quickly, that's what a lot about what I want to talk about, a couple questions too, because I don't know if there's that many people, at least my clients, that are doing those types of things. I don't incorporate Tai Chi. I've done some Tai Chi with you, by the way, in California too, right? And so we'd like to talk a little more about that in the Chinese medicine when we come back. Please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I'm a personal trainer, a massage therapist, yoga teacher, and a group fitness instructor. And was always active as a child, into sports. I was a sprinter and a netball player. And when I got into my early 20s, I suffered with an eating disorder and sort of going down a pretty bad path mentally and physically. And one day was so sick of feeling like that and decided to make a choice and just had a knowing that I was meant to bring fitness and bring actual health into people's lives. So that kind of took me down the route of studying fitness, studying nutrition, and then also becoming a yoga teacher as well. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into everything.
All right. And so since you didn't plug it yourself, right, I will mention that Liz is also a world record holder, not necessarily just by herself too, but with a group of persons that I know too. That please, so go ahead and tell everyone about what you have to share with that.
Yeah, so back in, I think it was 2018, I think, after doing a yoga training with Mark Devine and Catherine, In California, we would do burpees every morning for breakfast. Basically, we do about 300 burpees. And yeah, one day Mark asked me to join their team to break the Guinness World Record for the most amount of burpees done in 24 hours by a mixed team to raise money, to raise awareness for vets that were suffering with PTSD. And yeah, I was like, hell yeah, bring it on. So we ended up doing that, I think, on Veterans Day over there in America in November. I came back over and we smashed out the record. So
do you remember what the number was? I don't even remember.
So the original record was 14,000 and we did 35,393. So
not just beat it, but killed it.
We absolutely
That's
smashed
insane.
it. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's amazing. I wish I was part of that. That's because I'm crazy like that too. You know that. So, and I love how we were eating burpees for breakfast, right? Too.
Yes,
and,
that's
and,
right,
and I think if I heard you right, you said you're a great fitness instructor. Is that?
A group fitness instructor.
A group. Okay. Well, but you are a great. You are, but you are a great. You are.
He is a great trainer, though. That's true.
I know that. So hey, Drew, tell us a little bit about some more specifics. If someone doesn't know what Chinese medicine is, like you mentioned your issues, your problems with chronic fatigue, not feeling well, etc. This is happening to everybody at some point in their lives. We're all working too hard. We're all not getting enough sleep. We're all not eating enough sometimes at some point. And even if we are at the moment, there's something that's going to happen in our lives. New job, different commute, problem with the health of a family member. So something where I'm getting less sleep, or I got a new baby, or I have a new puppy, right? We have things in our life that's going to come up where we have things that affect us, that no matter how maybe good we are at some point, we're still maybe going to have some issues where we have some of these symptoms. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Chinese medicine is really based on two really key principles. The first one is qi, or energy. And so the Chinese system has lots of ways of approaching the energy within the body. And the second core principle is balance. So the yin and yang symbol is the kind of the representation of that. So essentially what we're trying to do is balance out the energetic system, because all cells require qi, or what in Western medicine we call ATP. It's just like the energy molecule that creates energy for the cell. So if you've got no energy in the cell to drive cellular function, nothing works. So the whole kind of practice of Chinese medicine is about optimizing your energy production, your qi, in all the different systems. So we have a couple of different approaches to that. So we have herbal medicine. So you might get a concoction of different herbal plants, ground up and drink it as a tea, or make it as a soup. You can get acupuncture, so where you're inserting needles into specific points in the body. And the acupuncture needles are stimulating the acupuncture meridians, which is where the energy flows through the connective tissue, through the fascia, in what's called a streaming potential. So when you stimulate the body with the needle, you can actually then encourage the energy flow through the tissues and through organ systems. So acupuncture is a big part of that. We have the body work, so they call Tui Na, which is Chinese massage therapy. And then we also have, which is kind of overlooked, which is their Chinese exercise therapy, which is martial arts, and then also Qigong. And so Qigong is kind of like specific health exercises specifically to optimize your qi, your energy system in the body. So
now I know you also have some material online too. Do you have some Qigong online in addition to Tai Chi?
I have some Qigong, and I just finished a breathing course as well, because understanding breathing is the best way to optimize your energetic system. And there are plenty of Qigong stuff you can find on YouTube and stuff like that around the world. So if anyone's interested, I'm always happy to kind of help them out with that.
Absolutely. So we can at the end have you guys have an opportunity to share all that good stuff as well too. So I know I had someone that was interested. I don't know if they ever did reach out to you or not, but I ended up throwing them your way. They were looking for a program for something too, right? So you are the person that I know that's the master in this area as far as I'm concerned, right? So Chinese medicine, Tai Chi and Qigong. So anything else? If not, I'm going to move to Liz real quick on like kind of a follow up with like massage here next with that.
Hand over to Liz. Yeah.
So I recently, and I just shared this information with both of you before we went live. Regularly for about 3 years, I treated myself right, self-care with a monthly massage, and then I just stopped. Right, so it's like, hey, I'm too busy. Like I said, like one of the reasons why we might need Chinese medicine or something is because we're a little off balance, right? And so we become off balance. I'm doing something else in my life where I'm not making time for whatever. So I'm working heavy weights, and now I'm really stiff. I need more yoga in my life, right? Definitely more yoga because I've been doing less yoga myself. But going back to massage, and I'm feeling amazing, right? It is needed. It is wanted. It's not just like a lady getting her nails done or her hair done, right? Liz, go ahead, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think it's looked at as this indulgent kind of,
Yeah.
like, if you go to get a massage, everyone's like, ooh, like, it's this real indulgent thing, and it should be something that, especially if you are active regularly, it should be something that is included in your recovery program, whether it's going and actually getting a massage, or it's some form of foam rolling, or using a massage ball yourself if massage isn't actually available to you. But just for overall like health, wellness, flushing things out of the system, and releasing tight tissues, I think it's 100% crucial for people to be doing on a regular basis, whether it's once a month or once every 6 weeks.
And I think the crazy thing is that, look, there's a I'll equate, there's a small amount of people that will train a martial art to get a black belt, right? There's smaller number of people that will even get a belt, right, and kind of continue to move on. Or not a smaller number, excuse me, but there's also, I should say, there's also a small number. Smallest number is the people that get the black belt. There's almost nobody that stays in it to go that long, right? But some people may start, they try it, and then whatever. And where I'm going with this is that someone may get a massage, right, and they know it's good for them, but they treat it like it's like getting your hair done, like because though there's a lot of people, right? There's, in like my book, The 1% Warrior, right? There's a few people. What that number is, I don't know, right? But there are not everybody out there that's looking to be, how many people is there out there that are going to do the burpee challenge like you did, right? That's the black belt level people, right? That's the black belt level, right? There were 6 that did it, right? It's the black belt level. But look, this is why, like, you, with what you do with group fitness, right? You're able to push people beyond limits, set goals, and work with people to work harder, right? Same thing with Drew. He's working with people to help them, right, in different aspects of health as well, right? But there's a small number of people that get into fitness, right? I think is that online journey for life. There was reason, like Liz, that you said you shared with everybody, and why you started doing what you did. Reasons that why Drew got into to what he's doing and learning and becoming an expert, a master in it as well. But I think there's so many people that they don't work so hard on that fitness level, and they're treating the massage as an indulgence, right? As an indulgence. So I think the totality of it is, hey, I don't know. Do you have to work out really hard, or should it just be part of your because I think it's essential if you're working out really hard, but I still think it's extremely important if people are working out anyways, whether it's a couple times a week or 6 to 8 times a week. Go ahead. Either one of you can jump in on that one.
Well, yeah, I think, it should, definitely should be an essential part of someone's self-care practice, regardless of what they're doing. If someone sits at a desk all day and maybe they work out once a week, then absolutely they should be getting massage. If someone's training 6 days a week, absolutely they should be getting massage, not just for physical health, but for mental health as well, to bring more relaxation into the system. It's a great way to release stress from the body as well. So I think it should absolutely be, near the top of people's sort of self-care routine, at least on it anyway.
So I look at it in the world that I'm living in, and my clients too, is pushing them in the fitness world. But yes, I mean, so great point. I mean, if we're just commuting to work, or we're sitting at a computer, we're hunched over, right? It's just good, just like sleeping. When you work out hard, you might need really good sleep, whatever, but we all need good sleep, right? To reduce stress, anxiety, help us be, at our top of our game, whether it's physically or just at work too. So, Drew, how about the acupuncture side? So the acupuncture side, I've never had acupuncture. So I have had Reiki, and I thought it was different, I wanted to try it. So someday I really, really, really do need to try acupuncture. I've tried floating before.
Yep.
Have either of you floated before in the tank with the salt water?
Yeah.
So I think that's amazing and it's very relaxing. You can definitely meditate. You can do breath work in there. It's just you all by yourself floating, right? But as far as I look at it as I can do my breath work other places, right? Drew, do I need to be in a tank to do my breath work? No, not at all. I do it in my car on the way to work. Just make sure that we don't fall asleep, right? But I personally have liked the massage better than Liz. Massage better or the float tank?
I prefer massage, definitely. Yeah.
So why the massage over?
I think it's just nice to have. Yeah, I feel like I get more, like if I'm going for, releasing stuff from my body, like I feel like I get more out of having someone, use their actual hands on me, than actually, I know it's amazing to float and just sort of feel that weightlessness, but I get more out of a massage. So, yeah.
Have either one of you done the cryotherapy where you're going in the extreme?
No, I haven't done it.
Yeah, I'm not talking cold showers, right? I'm sure
you're talking like the freezing. Yeah.
Drew, not you either.
No, I'm aware of its benefits. It's just it's not, with my list of things I do.
Sure.
It's way down the bottom of my list.
Well, so even in the States, it's just not easily accessible necessarily either. So it's just not as accessible, right? So it is out there. You just have to drive a little bit farther for it too. Yeah. So. Hey, let's move on to letting people know a little bit about some of the amazing things you're doing. So I know, Liz, you've started up a new coaching program. You brought some people on, a small team of people, right? Working maybe a little bit more in small groups too, like not just the in the brick and mortar. It sounds like you moved to also having calls and things of that nature too, right?
Yeah, so I've been collaborating with some guys in America, Heidi and Ryan Sawyer. They've been amazing at helping me set up a coaching program where, 12-week coaching program all around nutrition, all around fitness. And there's weekly coaching calls that we do and keeping it in that small group so we can keep it kind of be more intimate and not having, a massive influx of people on one call. So that's been really fun setting that up. And we're halfway through it at the moment, the first program of rolling it out. And it's just amazing to see everyone progressing over the 6 weeks and getting a lot out of the program, and it's been really fun.
It's amazing. It feels awesome as a coach, doesn't it? Because we just did our PT test this morning in my dojo, right in our gym, and I had my newest person I brought on is in his 60s, by the way, and amazing. So people can do what we do and they can push hard. They don't need to do 10 or 12 burpees a minute on the minute, right? But if they're doing 1 or 2 burpees, whatever you can do, right, is what we push always. And I know you guys do too, right? It's about personal best for what we do too. But awesome. I mean, he's already seen like, hey, I think when I came in here, I did 3 push-ups. He did 12 today, right? So awesome. It's stuff like that is like, but people see it too, right? Yeah. So, Drew, along the medicine lines and the health lines, right? I mean, how important, what are your thoughts about, the exercise, the Qigong, the Tai Chi, about keeping us younger mentally, and not just physically, but also mentally, right?
Yeah, I think any exercise form is good. Like there's a classic saying in exercise physiology world was like, there's more risk in not doing exercise than doing exercise. So that's the first thing, is just do something like, and then it comes down to preferences and goals and things like that as well. In my personal opinion, the 2 master skills that you want to have is some kind of energy practice where you're optimizing your energetic system. So, I'm biased to Tai Chi and Qigong because that's basically cultivated around that. Breath work is amazing if you understand how to do breath work correctly, whether it's pranayama or, the westernized kind of methods of breathing protocols. If you understand them correctly, you can optimize your energetic system and your nervous system with that. So I think they're really important skills to learn because you can take your breath anywhere. So like you said before, you can be on the train.
It's also free.
And it's also free. So
I don't need the gym, right? To do that.
No gym is still required. So that's one thing that I kind of say, like, learn how to regulate your energy system and learn how to breathe correctly, and then put that into whatever exercise system that you like. I think martial arts are amazing because that's all built within the martial arts typically. The different styles and systems depending which kind of part of the world they come from. They talk about energy differently, but they're all basically talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you also
you mentioned Western breathing, like Western pranayama. So that might be kind of what I've done in practice here too, with 4-part breath, right? 2-part breath, just box breathing, nostril breath, etc. Right? We can go on and on about some different breaths, but is there other breathing that I'm not aware of, like for my trainings, and maybe some of my students would like to hear? Like, is there?
Yeah. So essentially, you can kind of categorize breathing into 3 different categories. So from the yoga kind of teaching, you've got like a really calming breathing pattern. You've got a very stimulating breathing pattern, and you've got a very balanced breathing pattern. And all the breathing techniques are either one of those 3. And so when you look at that in context of the nervous system, you've got the parasympathetic nervous system. So you breathe a certain technique, so like a triangle breath with a longer exhale for 5 minutes. That will move your nervous system towards being more calm and parasympathetically engaged. Yep. And then if you do the opposite of that, where you're taking rapid inhale, rapid exhales, you'll shift to more sympathetic state, so activating your system. And then
getting more energy.
More energy. Yeah, you're going to stimulate the release of norepinephrine, cortisol, adrenaline, so you're going to be activated. And then, if you just do a classic box breathing pattern where it's equal, 5, 5, 5, 5, all right, that'll basically return you to a homeostatic balance. Yeah.
My students love when we do the lion's breath, right? The 50 massive inhales and exhales. And we all have our tongue sticking out at the end.
So that's kind of like the first thing is like understand which one you're doing and then apply it appropriately to where you are in your situation. And then you've got what's called superventilation breathing. So that would be like Tumo breathing, breath of fire, Bastrika, Wim Hof breathing, where you're doing all the rapid exhales.
Drew, do you have any of that online?
Yes.
The Tumo breath and some of that intensive breath work?
Yeah, so I just finished a course, which I'm just actually uploading on my website now.
Yeah,
which is just a six-week introduction to all things breathing. Yeah. So if someone's looking to kind of like get a good feel of it from both the science perspective and also the classical yoga and Qigong kind of practices and understand the whys, that course will be kind of cool.
So I'm going to buy that program, all right, myself too, because my students love, right, the fire breathing, the Tumo breath, and we don't do it often. We kind of see that as a special, just it's a little bit more special. It's different, right? And so, and anyone who's new, when the first time they do that is just it is not just crazy. I mean, it is. First time I did it, I mean, just amazing the amount of energy that you're getting out of it and how you feel, right? I've never cried, but I've had people in the dojo cry over it, right? Or just have some crazy thoughts about things in the past coming back too, right? So it does bring out a lot from someone at times, right?
You move a lot of energy, a lot of emotion.
Stuck energy.
Yeah.
Very different. So. So hey, we have about 5 minutes left. So I also want to talk about each of you to take some time about the clothing line. Let's go over to Liz real quick and talk about the clothing line. So if you're on Instagram and you follow her online, number one, always posting the workouts that she's doing too, kicking butt. They have a dog that you maybe heard once or twice here in the background too, that is always with them during the workouts in the car going for coffee. They love coffee. I love coffee, and Drew drinks the same whiskey I drink, right? And we're all good. So, but hey, tell us about the activewear. Why is it amazing? I mean, go for it.
So I got asked to be a representative for it when it was first released in Australia. So it's about 6 years old, and it's originally from Utah in America, or in the States. It's a woman-run company, and it's a real family-based company as well. And the reason I originally said no to it at first, I was like, no, I don't do that. That's kind of not something I really want to get into. And then something told me to say yes. And it's probably one of the best things I've ever done. Just around the community that is built around it. The people that actually run the company, I've met them, and they actually want to get to know you. They come up to you and they introduce themselves. And then the actual quality of the activewear is amazing as well. That's something that's also really important to me and Andrew as well. We train every day. Sometimes it's twice a day if I'm teaching classes. So I'm constantly getting in and out and changing clothes and having to wash them all the time. And it's probably one of the best. It is the best quality activewear that I've ever come across. So
awesome. So I'm going to ask because I don't know, right? I just know from talking to so many women, they love pockets.
Yes.
So does some of them have pockets on the side to put a?
You're gonna be able to put your keys in, a credit card in if you're going out and you don't want to.
So
carry
they have pockets.
They have
brand
pockets.
has pockets. So
it has
okay,
pockets. So there's a test that I can do with the Lighten tights, which is the best-selling tights from the company, and 2 bottles of like whatever. I do 2 bottles of wine usually in each pocket. You do burpees and the tights do not move; they stay exactly where they are.
I remember seeing this video. Yeah,
they stay
awesome.
put. Yeah.
Fantastic, Drew. We also had a conversation before we came on too that neither one of us have silkies shorts that like the Navy SEALs wear or the Marine Corps or a lot of police academies and things of that nature. So we definitely do not work out. The brand does or does not have men's clothing as well. I think it's just women. You said women's company. It does.
Yeah, it has men's clothing. It has kids' clothing as well. So for the whole family.
I did not know that. I'll have to check that out too. Awesome. Very good.
Got a nice shirt on here.
There you go.
I prepared earlier. Yeah. Now the gear's good for guys. It's all very kind of muted and but it's just very functional.
Cool. Very good. I recently started bringing into the gym too our shirts or the sweat wick type material, but this is a kind of a combination between like a cotton and sweat wick. It's kind of weird. So the brand that I ended up going with too. So because I didn't like the old traditional, kind of like the Under Armour ones that came out. They were just very stinky, right?
They get like a stink to them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe that's improved over time, but definitely did not like that. So, all right. Hey, I'm going to ask you to both just kind of close out here. Drew, I'd love you to push people towards where they can find your material for breath and other things that you offer that we discussed too, Tai Chi, Qigong, that is online, I know, for people as well. And then if you, Liz, if you want to share with people like about your coaching program, if look, you find a good coach, doesn't matter whether I'm in Australia or the States or whatever, right? Too. So might have to work out on times, things of that nature too, but material is there too, right? The material is there. Yes, and also the clothing line if you had to share. So Drew, go first.
Yeah, no worries. So I've got 2 online programs. So there's the 6-week integrated breath program, which I'm just finishing up today. So that'll be available probably next week. And that's a follow-along program. And there'll be another version where it'll be follow-along plus coaching calls as well. So you can check that out. That's all on my website, andrewdowler.com. And then I also offer a 12-month kind of holistic health coaching program based on Chinese medicine where we do all the Chinese medicine things there.
Awesome. And for everybody, that's Andrew, ANDREW, Dowler, DOWLER.com. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. Liz, go ahead.
Yeah, so my website is challengefitness.online and you can find everything there. So the 12-week program is there. I am just about to also add it as a buy alone, so you can buy the content and do it at your own pace. But I will be also releasing new 12-week programs where you will get me as your coach, and we'll do weekly coaching calls and possibly even like live training sessions together. We've been doing one a week at the moment with the crew that I'm going through, which has been pretty fun. So I'd love to continue that as well. And then you can find the Zaya there as well. And I'll have to put in a link. There's an American website that I can link in that is linked to me as well. So
cool. If you want, send that to me afterwards when I post. I can post it for everybody too here in the States too online, right? And on my social media pages as well. So hey, I'm going to ask both of you to stay on for just a second when I say goodbye to everybody here too. But hey, like I said to start out, right? I am all about bringing people of like-minded interest to all my clients and all our listeners that are out there, right? So awesome stuff. More in depth then like I don't do the Chinese medicine. I didn't do the Qigong and Tai Chi. I do love the yoga. I do love massage, right? So these are great, amazing things by two great, amazing people that I know from several years already, and they're both on online as well too, right? So you're constant on Instagram. I'm sure someone can scroll through and find the video of the wine bottles in the pants as well, the activewear pants.
I'll do an updated version of it.
Yeah, do an updated version of it with the newest generation of pants, right? So hey, awesome. Hey, all right, hey everybody, I thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you. And our guests, fantastic, right? It's like 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning now on Sunday in Australia. We're ending the day here doing our podcast a little bit later than normal at 5:30 p.m. on a Saturday. So thanks for sticking with us today. Greatly appreciate you. And there's the dog, fantastic. Coming. So hey, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you. As always, train hard, train smart, train safe, train real, and train for life. Take care, everybody. See you in the next coaching talk.
See you later. Thank you.